in harmony with the stars. So, you know, again, that's another science that Freemasonry studies, but it comes from Thoth. Really, it comes from Thoth or Hermes. You know, it's the Hermetic science.
Right. Exactly. Some people that I had talked to that were in Freemasonry years ago, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. They had told me that the Emerald Tablets they ended up in the Vatican archive. Now, I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but that's what I've been told by a couple of Freemasons. What is your opinion on what happened to these Emerald Tablets?
I wouldn't doubt it. I've heard that rumor as well. There was one point in time, it's kind of switching gears a little bit, but not so much. I'm also a Templar, and I can tell you as early as I first became a Templar, and Templarism and Freemasonry are related, and we can talk about that. But I first became a Templar back in about 1996, and I can tell you that the study of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean were a fundamental part of our study system. The second year of study, that's all we studied. So that was, you know, it's been that text has been an important text and continues to be an important text for us. Now, where the original tablets went, I don't know. I will say though that in my study of it, there were a number of Templars that were explorers of Central America and the Yucatan and the Mayan mysteries, including George Hunt Williamson and others. And there was a Mayan account. It was actually an account of I want to get this right, of a early Roman Catholic priest, conquistador, who was going over to the was in the areas of Colombia and all the way up into Mexico, and he describes coming across a leader, was almost a mythological leader that the Mayans were referring to, known as Wotan. And Wotan was said to have a series of jade tablets that described the exact same things that we find in the Emerald Tablets. Well, when you consider Wotan, V and W are interchangeable in the Latin alphabet. So Wotan could also be Wotan. And Wotan in the Nordic tradition is Hermes in the Greek tradition.
That's correct.
So right there, we're literally talking about jade tablets of Hermes that were discovered in the Mayan area by this conquistador who was said to have turned them over to the Roman Church at the time. So I'm assuming those jade tablets were either replicas of the Emerald Tablets or they were the Emerald Tablets. And because the Emerald Tablets even talk about a connection with the Mayans, really. It's talking about them being buried not only in Egypt, but also in the Yucatan region. So I'm assuming this is what this priest found, this Roman Catholic conquistador priest. And if so, those would be in the Vatican archives to this day. So
yeah, makes a lot of sense to me. It was a conclusion that I had come to based on knowing about Wotan and the Nordic traditions and the translations. But then I had an opportunity, fortunately, to talk to a couple of Freemasons that I had met years ago down in Miami. And that was pretty much almost the same exact scenario that you just told me. So you just gave me a lot of confirmation, which is amazing.
That's great.
Independent confirmation. Yeah.
And I wish I could remember the name of the conquistador. I did write about it. I have a book called Entering the Chain of Union, and I write about it in there, and I write about who that priest conquistador was, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
We'll look it up. Don't worry, we'll look it up, and we'll if we can find it, we'll add it into the clip here.
Great.
One thing I learned about these emerald tablets in reading them, they were so advanced, and I know some people want to try to debunk that. Oh, this was just from the 1900s. Okay, well, some of the science that's in the emerald tablets didn't get discovered by quantum physicists until the 1980s. So and beyond.
Yeah, how explain that? Right.
It's crazy.
It's true.
Well, even the spirituality that's in there. I think everything is connected to that spirituality from the emerald tablets as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're very advanced for their time, and there's things that are in there that are also found in other manuscripts from the ancient world. In particular, there's a manuscript called the Thule manuscript that the Vatican had, which also talked about during the reign of Tutmosis III, these flying discs showing up, and how it caused the people to lose control of their bodies and fall on their bellies, and that it caused fish to come from the craft onto the people, which the Egyptians had never seen before. And so Pharaoh Tutmosis III, he ended up causing incense to be burned to Amun-Ra, and he said that after several days had passed over, multiple of these crafts had showed up, and he even describes how he was taken up in one of them, and he was shown the mysterious ways of the gods. But then when he came back down, he set up he established the first new schools of Egypt, and they were all based around the teachings of Thoth. And in some of that you find resonance in the emerald tablets of Thoth. So there's also a historical precedence for some of that information that we can read in the records, the Egyptian records. So that's really something.
Yeah, and Thutmose III, I believe that was King Tut's grandfather.
It was, yeah.
He was married to Queen Taye. Yeah, King Tut's grandfather, Thutmose III, married to Queen Taye, and their son was Akhenaten.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. And his Tutmosis III's mother was Hatshepsut.
Yes.
And it's interesting. There's only a few pharaohs in Egypt, including Tutmosis III and Hatshepsut and Akhenaten, and a few others who in their titles they were listed as being masters of the Stargate, which is really interesting. I mean, and they to this day their temples still have depiction. In fact, that at Hatshepsut's temple, at the very top, in the middle, at the back, there's a chamber, and on the outside of it, it says it's a Stargate. It has the message for it, but that is guarded 24/7 to this day. I mean,
yes, it is.
And if the guard, if anyone gets in there, that guard ends up going to prison for life. So
Yeah.
the Egyptian government still takes it very seriously.
Oh yeah, they do. They have
And
the hieroglyphic symbol for the Stargate, and it's called the Saba, which means Stargate.
that's right. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Mohammed Ibrahim's been tracking those down. So
Yes, he has.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Muhammad Ibrahim. Yeah. He's an amazing human being. Him and his wife, Noha, they do a great job. And we're really pleased with the
Yeah.
services they provide and the partnership we have with them. Saba Tours, right? He's the Stargate tour guide. So he
That's right.
takes us to see all the Stargates.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, man. One of the things I learned too, dealing with the Emerald Tablets, was that it seems to be the fundamental basis for most spiritual teachings around the planet. There's so much in it that really resonates with all the things much later that became quote unquote religion. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, philosophically speaking, I mean, it's not just about advanced technologies being depicted in the ancient world, but it's also talking about really, it's anything from the laws of karma to just veneration of the sacred, and I believe it's all designed to get us in a state of attunement, so that we can actually, and this is just my personal take on it, but there are beings that are out there, and they do have advanced technologies that seem to be technological consciousness interference, or not interference, but they're able to use their technology to also tap into consciousness or connect with consciousness. And I believe that the Emerald Tablets are all designed to kind of prepare us for that, to prepare ourselves to be vessels to connect with these higher beings. And I think we'll be seeing a lot more consciousness technology interface, is what I mean. We'll be seeing a lot more of that in the future, not only from these craft that are out there and these beings that are out there, but I believe our own government is working really hard right now to try to develop that for themselves. And but the Emerald Tablets outlines all of that, and you find the fundamentals of that being spread throughout the religions around the world that have kind of come out of that.
Yeah, so, no, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. In my opinion, it's a real powerful teaching, and anyone that begins to really read them and try to discern them will realize it's all about understanding that you are to become the light of the world. You are to seek the light and become the light and do good and help others, assist people, and use the power of your voice and learn how to walk in your power. I mean, philosophically, and to avoid the dark brothers. It talks about the dark brothers in there, and it tells you that the dark brothers will appear and what they'll do and how they operate from behind the scenes to bring turmoil and discord between the people. All the warnings are there. All the signs are there. And it's a great teaching.
One of the things I'm still waiting for is, they do describe a craft underneath the Sphinx. And I don't know if it's talking about an actual physical like UAP, or if it's just talking about a like an ark for preservation. But I do think that there is something under the Sphinx. I think that there's a reason why the Egyptian government keeps it on lockdown. That they allow you to go up to the Sphinx, they allow you to walk around it, maybe if you're in a special group. But there's about 5 different entrances into the Sphinx that are all closed off, and they all go down to something. That's right. They
Yeah.
all go down to something, and the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean makes it clear that there's some sort of an ark or a craft of some kind underneath the Sphinx. So maybe that's to be seen soon.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was doing a workshop at the Conscious Life Expo back in 2017, and I did a post-conference lecture, which I was doing a lecture on the Emerald Tablets, and I was talking about this exact thing, the Great Sphinx, and the fact that Thoth had claimed there was something underneath the Sphinx's paw. Also, we know the sleeping prophet Edgar Cayce had predicted that as well, prophesied that as well. And in the audience was a producer who had produced a show that was going to be aired on the Discovery Channel. And I remember seeing the commercials for it. They were going to show live what the scans revealed beneath the Sphinx's paw. And this is, you know, at the time where all these streaming TV and all that stuff didn't exist. So you had to be there to watch the TV guide. You had to go to the TV guide. If you missed it, you missed it. I'm sitting there waiting. Sure. And then all of a sudden the screen goes black and says, this show has been, what did it say? It has been not disconnected, but it had what the term they used was, but they basically said this show is not airing tonight. And then they went to a commercial break and they brought some other rinky-dink show on. But the gentleman in the audience said he was a producer for that. He gave me his business card and everything. And he said they discovered something amazing underneath the Sphinx. They were slapped with a gag order. They can't talk about it. And he believes that the military, because there's tunnels under there, had come in through a connecting tunnel. His personal opinion, he says now, is that they came in and started to access that area, and maybe whatever was down there might be removed through those tunnels. But he said that's just a hypothesis. It could still be there, but we saw something massive about a mile deep. So I believe that there's something down there. Wow. I think that the Emerald Tablets are correct. I mean, so Thoth even predicted something, a Hall of Records inside the Great Pyramid above the Grand Gallery, and they discovered that with a muon scan a few years ago. This open chamber, a huge area right above the Grand Gallery.
That's right.
So I mean, it just the revealing just keeps coming and showing and proving that these Emerald Tablets to me are very accurate. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about, like, historically, what is the Knights Templar and what's their purpose?
Sure. So I'm a Grand Master of one of the Templar lineages, and the Templar Order was originally founded. Most historians will say it was founded in 1118. It was actually started much earlier than that in 1096, but it was set up when the Crusades got started. There was a fear that the Crusaders were going to go down and come across artifacts and other things, and they wouldn't understand what it was, and they would get destroyed, basically. So the Templar Order was set up to go down and try to retrieve these artifacts before the rest of the Crusaders got them. This was actually their secret mission. So the Templars, there were a number of people that came out of different Gnostic traditions in southern France. They ended up forming the first Templars. And it was said that their job was to protect pilgrims in the Holy Land. Well, there were only 8 of them, 8 Templars that were started out. So that would have been impossible. But what they really did is they went down and they were doing digging. They were doing archaeological work in Jerusalem in particular. And they found a number of different artifacts there. But then what they discovered in Jerusalem actually led them to Egypt. And so they went to Egypt and they set up their commandery building at the Temple of Isis at Philae. And this is really why they brought back, the image of Isis and Horus that's found at the Temple of Isis at Philae ended up becoming the symbol of Mary and Jesus in the cathedrals in Europe that the Templars were also starting to build. So the Templars, they saw what the Egyptians were doing.